Hey there, it's Marcus Bird, and this is the 3 Minute Coach, and really excited to be sharing video number 3 with you, and want to take you through the 6 steps to lightning success. And so now it's really about time for you to step up. So we've played a little bit around with chunking your time down. You've had a little bit of a look and a play with parts of the system. And in this video, I really want to take you through some of the 6 steps, or take you through the 6 steps and look at the 3 core skills and leave you with one of those core skills that you can go out and use straight away. Excuse me, that's going to make a really big difference to your coaching practice. So really pleased that you could be here. I'm really excited to be able to share my life's work with you and show you how I've taken a $10,000 a month coaching practice to well over $60,000 a month plus. And this system absolutely empowers me to continually do that time and time again, month after month after month. So so it's time to step up, and I think when you learn this system and you do step up, what's going to happen is that you're going to feel so much happier about dropping your time. And I know it's a big fear for coaches. I know dropping time is a really, really big fear, and a lot of people look at me when they go, "What? You run 3 to 15-minute coaching sessions and you get more out of them, or clients get more out of them, you make more money? Oh my God, how is that possible?" And so I think when you do really start to get the process and you start to drop time, you actually start to feel happier about it, because you can see that that clients are really loving it and they're getting so much out of the session, and you're leaving your sessions and your week and your day and finishing up what you're doing, feeling so much more energized, excited, and enthusiastic to get back into it. And so you're just going to love it when you really start getting to this. You're going to be so much happier with the work that you're doing. And at the same time, you're going to be adding so much more value to your clients and helping them to grow. And that's really what it's all about, isn't it? I mean, that's why we're doing what we're doing, because we want to help others. We want to help others to be more successful. We want to help others to grow. And so through this process, you'll see the amazing value that you're going to be adding. And you'll be able to see your clients grow so much faster. And really, at the end of the day, that's what clients want. They want us to get in there and do it quickly and move fast. No one has time these days to hang around. And so, this system will absolutely help you to achieve that. So we're going to go through the 6 steps to lightning success. And for you, it's really about stepping up to a whole new level, to change the paradigm in your mind, so that other things are absolutely possible for you. And so I think the real key with this, the number one key, is to make sure we're keeping it really, really simple. I think way too often we make things just ridiculously complex, and I think that's part of the issue with coaching sessions, is they become too complex. Either you're making it complex, or more likely that the clients are making it really complex. And I think we get caught in that complexity, and then we can't see the wood through the trees. So we get caught, in their world. And it's really important that we don't get caught in their world. It's really important that we keep it as simple as possible. And the fun part about this game is the simpler it is, the better it works. The less you think about it, the better it works. The less you get involved in the whole system, the better it works. And so, it's one of the simplest but most profound systems in the world. And so we're going to talk about simple mastery. And it might be a little bit of an oxymoron, or it might sort of disturb your brain and be counterintuitive, but it's about mastering simplicity. And I think we've all got to get better at that. And so the 6 steps really help you to do that. And the core skill I'm going to teach you today will absolutely empower you to step up into that place. Because I think if you don't, then sessions become really, really awkward. The whole, when you learn this process and start chunking your time down, you're going to see how awkward your sessions were before this. And I think too often sessions can become really, really awkward if you don't make it really, really simple. And I know when I started coaching and lived in that more complex world of desperately trying to find out what was really going on and diving as deep as I could and throwing tons of things at my clients, it really was awkward. Now that certainly now that I look back, and we don't want your sessions to be to be awkward. We want them to flow and be almost poetic, like this really beautiful dance. And I think they absolutely can be. And the other issue is they become really slow, and so I want my clients to change, to grow, to have success as fast as possible, and this process absolutely allows you to fast track that and speed that up so that you don't have to go slow. And the old paradigm is that it is slow. And then finally, I think it becomes really, really painful. It's painful for you, it's painful for your clients, and it's very much like tearing a band-aid off a child. If you tear it off really slowly, then it hurts. But if you rip it off really quick, whatever pain there is there, you get over it really, really fast. And so, part of this journey is about getting through the pain really, really quickly, getting through the issues, getting through the blocks, getting through the sabotage patterns as fast as possible. One of the things that I teach on this program is how to move faster than the speed of disbelief. And in that process, you get through this painful barrier really, really quickly. It's part of the 9 essential skills is to help people move faster than the speed of disbelief. And so I think this is why this process works so profoundly, because you're moving so quickly. And when you're moving faster than the speed of disbelief, then sabotage patterns, disbelief, our fears, phobias can't catch up with you and can't catch up with your clients. So the faster you move, the more effective it becomes and the less painful it is. And I think we're all up for less pain. And certainly we don't want to inflict that on our clients. So if we can rip the pain really quickly and get them through it fast, then we're going to have heaps more success because they're going to have more time to get on with the important stuff and make it happen. And so I think there's 3 things you want to do. We've got to step into being a guru. You've got to claim the guru space. This process allows you to claim that space straight away. Because if you can tell clients that you can get in and in 3 to 15 minutes they can have, their issues dealt with, they can come out with 3 really clear actions and they can get back onto the job that they need to be doing, they're going to start calling you a guru. And so I think this process helps to elevate you and helps you to really claim that space. And it's going to set you apart from all other coaches in the world. And I think that's really exciting because we've got to focus on positioning. One of the things I obsess about is positioning. How am I being positioned in the market? And this is one of my core positioning points. This is what I'm a guru in, is getting results really, really quickly. I'm not one of those coaches that hangs around for years and years and years. And people don't employ me for that. They employ me to get the job done really quickly, to get clear insights and get on with it, and have success really fast. And that's exactly what happens. And so that's where I get positioned as the guru. And so you want to make sure you're positioning yourself as that as well. You then want to make sure you're creating sexy messages and coming across as really sexy. And this process absolutely achieves that goal. Because people buy sex, they buy things that are really congruent, that are really aligned, and that are sexy. And when things are packaged that way, people can trust it. And I think the core thing of engaging new clients, and this is where this process helps you get more clients, is that it allows you to provide, or it provides you with a lot more trust, or clients feel a lot more like they can trust you or feel safe. I think that's the word. It's about safety, not so much trust, because I'm sure you build trust. But it's about having clients feel safe. And this process, because of the speed of which it works, makes clients or helps clients to feel really safe. And when you feel safe, you become really sexy. And this aircraft was voted the sexiest aircraft in the world. It's called the Beechcraft Duke. And it was, I think it was first launched in 1970 by the Beechcraft Corporation. And they specifically designed this aircraft for looks rather than aerodynamic performance. Now, it does perform very well, but it's a very expensive aircraft to maintain. But hey, it looks wonderful. So, don't let good looks get in the way of aerodynamic performance, I say. So, it's a really sought after aircraft. It's an amazing aircraft to be in. And so, you want to be like that aircraft, really elevating your clients and moving fast. And so the final bit is you've got to do your magic. Yeah, embedded in the 3-minute coach process is absolute magic, and you'll walk away from clients and they will say to you, "That was magical." Yeah, there's just magic that's happening, and so in the process we learn the skills of having your magic come out, and the 3-minute coach process absolutely supports your magic, and also provides you with some magic skills and how to master magic. And so, you know, when your sessions become magical, clients get so much more out of them. And so, this process really helps you to achieve that. And so, love to know how you're going with your mastery. I know it's a continual journey, and this may be one little piece in that journey, but it's a really fun piece, and it's a fast and effective piece. And so, three core principles. I think there's three key things we need to focus on or have in our consciousness while we're working. The first one is that we've got to hold the big picture. We've got to hold the context for our clients. They're going to obviously set context. We have to hold the context and be the stand for that context. We have a little saying in Thought Leaders, and that is, he who holds the context controls the conversation, right? So you've got to control the context. Once the client set it, you've got to keep control of it unless they decide to change it at some point throughout. But you've got to maintain context, keep bringing them back to context, which is keeping them on track, keeping them in control and containing. And if you do that, your sessions are going to go faster anyway, without any other help. So make sure you're holding context. The second thing you want to do is make sure we're really clear about the content and being able to dive deep into the content when that's needed, without getting caught so much in the content that you get lost for days and days and days. And so you want to be able to dive into the context and pull out of the context really, really fast. And when you dive in, you want to be able to see clearly what it is, what content it is that you have to focus on and extract. And so you've got to dive deep but pull out really fast and grabbing those pieces that are the most essential pieces to that bit of content. And finally, you've got to balance left and right brain function. You've got to balance that left brain that wants to be systemized, process-driven, and accurate with the right brain that has the intuitive response, the internal answer, and the awareness of what's going on around it. So we've got to make sure that we're balancing both of those points. This system absolutely helps you to achieve that. And I think when you do, you're going to take the right steps to have a really rapid, lightning success coaching sessions, and get the most out of the process or out of the sessions for your clients and also for you. Because when you do this, you're going to drop your time down from an hour down to 3 to 15 minutes. You're going to charge more per hour than you've ever charged before, 3 times the amount or 4 times the amount you've charged before. And so you're going to maximize your client rate. So you're going to be able to increase your client numbers. You're going to get paid more than you've been paid before, and you're going to get way better results. And so this is definitely the step in the right direction. And so if we have a look at the process, the 6 steps go like this. We've got context, content, right brain, left brain. And so what we want to do is we want to find the picture point and we want to give them something to play with. And as we do that, we want to relay the picture to the left brain. We want to align the left and right brain together. And we want to give clear prescription as to what game they're playing. And so we're going to go from context right down deep into content and get them out in the world, playing the game that they're in and making sure that it's really clear that it is a game, but we've captured a really great picture, we've captured the point, and we've got them playing the game that they need to play. And in my program, you step through each of these 6 steps and we unpack them in absolute detail to help you to fast track your sessions. If we look at the 3-minute coach system and we actually expand that now, there are 3 sections to the coach system, which you've already heard about. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. And at the beginning, it's all about asking lots of clever questions. In the middle, it's about showing the insights and awakening the awareness. And in the last part, in the end, it's about giving prescription and direction as to where you want them to go. And so in the first section, in the ask section, the first bit is about finding the picture. It's about uncovering the picture. You know, what do they need? Where do they need it? When do they need it? And getting really clear about that. The rap sheet process, which I'll show you in the last video, is the process we use to help clients pre-coach themselves before they get to you. And so in the pre-coaching phase, they've got to come to you with 3 core needs. They've got to come to you with some of the wisdom that they know, and then we're going to leave them with 3 core actions that they're going to take that week. And so it allows them to be pre-coached before they actually meet you, but in a really simple format so that it's not a complex format, because I know some of the pre-coaching formats that some people use can be really complex, not only for you but for your clients. Whereas this is a really quick, effective process that you can use. In the second part, what we have to do is we have to place them where they are. We have to find and start to uncover their issue, and we've got to get clear about their desire. So where are they now? Where are they going? And what's the core thing stopping them from getting there? Yeah. And so we want to find that really, really quickly. And then some of the tools that we use help you to uncover that in under 10 seconds. And that's what we want to do. So we want to get the picture. We want to relay the message. We then want to go into the show phase where we're going to find the point. And there are there are a number of skills we use here. We use an amazing skill of questioning, the art of the ask, which is part of the 3 core skills. We're going to use intuitive intelligence or sensory awareness, which is again part of the 3 skills. And you're going to learn a bit about, or you'll learn how to quantum leap your clients so that you can get out of all the fluff and go straight to the point. And the key here is to get there as fast as you can. So each of these sections theoretically lasts 1 minute. So it's 1 minute of the ask, 1 minute of the show, and 1 minute of the tell. And so we want to get through this really rapidly. And so when we do that, we want to align the awareness, the insight, and the aha moments. So we want to make them aware of what's really going on. We want to give them some deep insights, and we want to create some aha moments for them. Because when you do, that's them walking away with that magic. They're getting the magic, they're getting really clear about what they need to do, and they're going to be able to move really, really quickly to achieve that. And in the tail phase, what we need to be able to do is manage their state. We need to get clear about what we're solving and how to solve it. And so we want them to play with this concept. So we want them to play, but we want to control the play. We want to make sure we're maintaining control through state management. We want to get really clear about what we're solving and help them to be clear. And then we want to get on with how you're going to solve that. What are you going to do? And we're going to prescribe that for them. So we're going to tell them exactly what needs to happen when they leave our session. When they do that, they're going to have a realization of what's really going on. They're going to know exactly the core thing they need to solve, and they're going to be really clear about 3 actions that they're going to take to resolve that and to get moving again. And this is very much the prescribing phase. We've got to prescribe what we want them to do. And doing that, we can get through this really, really quickly and get some profound results. And so the core skills. There are 3 core skills to this coaching mastery, to the 3-minute coach coaching mastery. And I'm going to share those skills with you now. I'm going to teach you one today, and in the next video, I'm going to teach you the other 2. And so the 3 core skills are sensory intelligence, the art of the ask, and state management. And these really are the 3 core skills that you're going to need to make this work. And so in my programs, we go really deep into this, and you get plenty of practice to learn how do I master those skills. And some of those skills you're already using, or some you might be already using, certainly around sensory intelligence. Yeah, and as our friend Albert Einstein says, the intuitive mind is a sacred gift and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We've created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. And I'm sure you all use intuitive intelligence from time to time. In the sensory intelligence model, there are 3 key things that we look at. We look at spatial awareness, sensory acuity, and intuitive intelligence. And when you combine all those 3 together, you get really accurate responses and readings, and really valuable information that you can share with your client to help them to get right to the point really, really quickly. So in this video, I want to teach you one skill around sensory intelligence, and it's the skill of intuitive intelligence. And I know for some of you already use this, but I want to help you to become way, way more accurate in the use of this. I've been practicing intuitive intelligence for 25 years, and in that time, I've taught hundreds of clients how to tap into what they already know, tap into their wisdom, their own wisdom, to be able to answer their own questions and to empower them to take that out into the world and be confident in finding their own solutions. However, as I went on that journey and taught more and more executives and other practitioners how to use this skill, I found often that people would, people, obviously we all have a natural ability to tap into it, but most people don't trust it. Most people don't use it as effectively as they could. And one of the reasons that happens is that the left brain gets caught up in the reality of intuitive intelligence and then shuts the intuitive intelligence message down. And so the accuracy of our intuitive intelligence actually drops dramatically because of the left brain effect. And through research and anecdotal research, I realized that the left brain, the right brain is the intuitive brain. The left brain is very much the logical brain, and it works through steps and systems and processes, and the left brain tends to work in the past and the future. So whenever the left brain is trying to come up with a decision, it has to reflect back in the past and then project out into the future. And obviously this takes some amount of time. Whereas the right brain, which is much more the abstract brain and very much the intuitive brain, tends to work with the moment of now. So it doesn't think of the past and the future when it answers a question. It only thinks of what's happening right this second. And so the right brain tends to answer questions much faster than the left brain. Now, the only reason we don't hear that is because we have set up a society that is left brain predominant. So those with left brain intelligences tend to get the best jobs, make the most amount of money, and have the most respect in the community. And so what ends up happening is our left brain is way louder than our right brain. And so in doing that, the right brain decision or right brain answer is always the very first thought that we have. It's the very first thing that comes into our head. But because our left brain is so loud, it shuts our right brain down, and we actually don't hear that intuitive response. And so I had to come up with a system that allowed the left brain to quiet itself, or to be satisfied and happy that it would allow the right brain to share a response. So I came up with a system called First Thought Technique. And First Thought Technique works like this. The first thing that you have to do is you have to stop your mind from thinking. You have to stop your mind from left brain thinking. Yeah, it can continue to right brain think, but you've got to slow down or quieten the left brain thinking, because if you don't, then you're not going to hear the intuitive response. And so what I get people to do is I get them to close their eyes, and you might want to play this game now with me if you're up for it. I get people to close their eyes, and I get them to focus on the noises that they can hear in the room. Not what the noise is, but rather how the noise sounds. Yeah, because a left brain response is what the noise is, and a right brain response is how the noise sounds. So I get people to focus on how the noise sounds. So if you're listening to the sound of my voice, which I hope you are, then you might ask yourself, is his voice high-pitched or low-pitched? Is it fast or is it slow? And just tune into my voice, but how it sounds, not what it is. Once you've done that, I then get you to ask yourself a series of questions. And when you ask the questions, I want you to come up with the very, very first thought that you see or hear. And that very, very first thought may or may not relate to the question asked, and it may or may not be right based on your left brain thinking. Yep, so you can't judge this first thought, you just have to say it, or you just have to write it down. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions, and I want you to write down the response to those 3 questions, all right? So make sure you got your eyes closed, make sure you're focused on the noises in the room, not what they are, but how they sound. And then I'm going to ask you a series of questions. And when I do, I don't want you to think about it. I don't want you to analyze the question. I just want you to tell me the very first thing that comes into your head. I don't want you to think about it, don't want you to analyze it, just the very first thing that comes into your head. Do you understand? Great, well here's your first question. What's your favorite color? First thought, bang, write it down. Second question, what is your favorite time of day? First thought, bang, write it down. Next question, what's your favorite fruit? First thought, write it down. And I'll give you a bonus one. What's your favorite vegetable? First thought, write it down. And so what you've just done is the 3 steps to First Thought Technique. You've stopped your mind from thinking, you asked a question and sensed the response, and then you shared it with yourself by writing it down. The final step in the process is to take an action based on those answers. But for right now, that's great. And so we want to stop, we want to ask some questions, we want to share the response, and then we want to take an action. So what I generally get people to do is to do a couple of exercises in your own time using this technique. And so I get people to do things or ask questions, answer questions that really don't make any difference, don't matter. Certainly don't go out and say, should I leave my partner or should I stay? Not until you've really connected with your First Thought Technique. And so what I get people to do is to answer sort of 2 or 3 questions. The first one is, what do I feel like eating today? You could be at work or you could be at home on a weekend. And what I will get you to do is to go to the fridge, put your hand on the fridge, close your eyes, clear your mind, and ask the question, what do I feel like eating right now? First thought, bang. The minute you come up with it, open the fridge door or the pantry door and grab that food and put it on the table. Then do it again. So what else do I feel like eating with that thing? First thought, bang, grab it until you've run out of things, and then take action and go and eat it. The other one I get people to do is when you're having a lazy Saturday on Sunday and you could theoretically do anything. Sit down on a chair, close your eyes, ask the question, what do I feel like doing right now? First thought. And just take the action. And if it says watch television, then watch television. And then in half an hour, ask the question again. If it says go for a walk, go for a walk. If it says do the gardening, do the gardening. Whatever it says to do, just go and do. Because the power is in the action. You take the action, you strengthen that right brain intuitive muscle. And for most people, that muscle has weakened and not been used effectively for quite some time. So we've got to exercise that muscle. First thought technique definitely allows you to do that. It's also something that I teach most of my clients. And it's something that's going to speed up the sessions because your clients are going to be able to connect much deeper, much faster with what's really going on for them. So it's a really great exercise. I want you to go out and have a whole lot of fun with it. And see how you go. Have fun when you're with a client and you practice this a little bit. Again, do exactly the same thing. Now, you're not going to be able to necessarily shut your eyes, but as best you can, try to stop thinking. One of the ways I do that is I try to stop listening to what my client's saying. A lot of the stuff that they say up front anyway is just blah, 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 right? It's fluff. And so you're not going to miss anything if you just focus for a few seconds on, okay, just let that go. Focus on how the voice sounds, not what the voice is saying. Then sense your first thought, what's really going on here, bang, first thought. Share the response with your client and then get them to take action. Really, really powerful technique and one that will definitely help you to chunk your time down really, really quickly. It's the first of the core skills and the 9 essential skills, and so a really important one to know. Just know there are 3 parts to this. This is the intuitive intelligence part. There's sensory acuity and spatial awareness, and I teach those obviously in the program. But get out and practice this and have a bit of fun with it. See how you go. In the next video, I'm going to teach you the other 2 core skills. I'm going to share with you the 9 essential skills, and really show you how you can chunk your time down, increase your money. Increase your clients, because this process does also allow you to get more clients because it's a really unique offering that you can take out into the market. It's also an offering you can take out into the executive market and teach executives and managers how to manage their teams much, much more effectively because they're really limited on time. They've got to get the most out of their team they can, and 3-Minute Coach absolutely achieves that. And so in the next video, I'm going to teach you the 2 other core skills, share with you the 9 essential skills, and get you to go out into the world and have some fun with that. So this has been fantastic. It's been great to have you here, helping you to step it up and get lightning success really, really quickly. And really looking forward to sharing in the next video. Have fun with this exercise, and look forward to speaking to you real soon. I'm Marcus Bird. This is the 3-Minute Coach. Ciao for now.